Hi, and welcome to Big Brother Psych Edition. We've just come back from hot oil wrestling. We're in the middle of our head of household competition. The points stand at the moment. Alison Gopnik has 10 points. Jean Piaget has 11 points. Dr. John Processing has 10. BF Skinner has 12. And Lev Vygotsky has 11 points. We're now going to our language section. And now to the house. For your first question, children often go through a vocabulary spurt. When is it that this is likely to happen? Okay, so your answers please. Okay, so Alison Gopnik and Dr. John Processing, you got that right. The answer is between 18 and 20 months, or after the first 50 words. And for those of you who've got it wrong, a vocabulary spurt is when a child increases the amount of words they learn a day dramatically. Okay, so for your next question, Child X has only encountered dogs before. He calls them doggy. Child X then encounters a wolf. He also refers to it as a doggy. Is this an example of underextension or overextension? Okay, so your answers please. Okay, so well done. You all got it right. Yay, except Skinner. Yeah, it's still on. It's still on. Trying to have a hissy fit. So, for those of you who don't know what overextension is, it's when a child generalises the concept too broadly, such as Child X in our example. Okay, so everyone's tied now. Into your final question. How does language develop? So, contestants, if you'd like to read out your answers for me.
Language is learned through social interaction. Language is a system of symbols that the infant learns the meaning of from the caregiver. And then the infant learns how to use symbols or language to interact with others. Language becomes a tool used to regulate behavior. First, the behavior of others, and then the child can use language to regulate its own behavior.
The capacity to learn language at a certain age is innate, but experience is imperative in order to trigger this acquisition. Children start to learn by imitation, then as they learn concepts, schemas, and operations, they use words learned through experience to express these concepts.
Language develops through the interactions and reactions to the environment. It is selectively reinforced from stimuli that evoke specific responses in the child and appropriate consequences. The child is a passive subject of operant conditioning in which behavior is selectively reinforced.
Language develops simultaneously with other cognitive developments. Early cognitive developments are a prerequisite for semantic developments, but they also motivate semantic development. In learning how to solve certain cognitive problems, children learn words that are necessary to the problem. Language itself is also a problem. In figuring out certain linguistic patterns, children may also be able to figure out and find new cognitive problems related to this new ability in language.
Humans are born predisposed to learn language. The neural networks and processing models are innate and programmed for learning vocabulary and grammar. Human children just learn how to use them based on experiences. They take in more and process from their environment as they learn how to properly use syntax in other parts of language. And then their cognitive functions become more efficient.
Okay, so the scores are in, and the head of household competition winner is Alison Gopnik.
Yes! Yes!
Okay, and let's go see in the diary room, see what our contestants have to say about that.
Now that I'm head of household, I'm going to have to start thinking about who I'm going to put up for eviction. The last question of the contest was very informative. It really let me know the kinds of ideas that people have. I really do get along well with a lot of the house guests. For example, I agree with a lot of Dr. Processing's ideas about brain involvement in development, and I can see why Vygotsky and Piaget think the way they do about some things. But that Skinner, he's an odd one. I think it would do him some good to listen to other people's ideas too.
I cannot believe Gopnik won. I mean, she does not understand that social interaction is the key to language. She does not get this at all. I mean, she understands, yes, that there is the lower mental functions and then the higher mental functions, and that the lower develop first and then the higher. And then along with the higher mental functions comes language, yes, but she does not understand that the key is social interaction.
I think I am safe from Gopnik. I had calculated that I would win and all my answers were perfectly logical, but Gopnik had won. She agrees with me on some points, such as that language is a higher cognitive function, and she is correct about that, but she fails to mention anything about neural networks or processing models. I also agree with her that experience is very important, and because of the things that we agree on, I think there is a 93% chance she will pick someone else.
I believe the only reason Gopnik won is because she played it safe. She called herself an intellectual, but her only talent is disguising her inability to think for herself by presenting everyone else's ideas in a cute little package. I think everyone would agree with me on that point. Who do I think will be voted off? Why, I think Dr. Processing should go. His ideas are just so lifeless, and the way he sucks up to Gopnik is starting to get to me.
I'm not sure why Gopnik won. Her theory takes the best parts of each other major theory and puts it together. She doesn't really have anything of her own. Me, on the other hand, I find the optimum way to see how language develops is to watch the child directly, see their outward behavior, but that's just me. I'm not too sure how I feel about Gopnik winning. She needs me for the swing vote to get rid of Piaget, but I'm kind of thinking she might put me up as well. Hopefully not, but we'll see.
Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for joining us. We're on Big Brother Psych Edition. Tune in next week to find out who's put up for eviction and see Alison Gopnik dance.